Okay, we good?
Yep.
All right, board members, so we're back in open session now. And, I wanted, we're on item 4C, which is possible action to offer the superintendent finalist the opportunity to enter into contract negotiations for the position of superintendent and give the board president the authority to contact the board's attorney to assist in the construction of a contract with the selected finalist. Let me just clarify that real quick for the public and anybody else. In the executive session, we did discuss some of the general parameters of the contract. So every board member had input into that. All that means is that I'm going to pick up the phone and call the attorney to start that conversation. That's all. We will reconvene at a later date to all vote on the actual contract itself. Okay. I wanted to make that clear because that sounds a little wrong, I think. Now that I read it again. So, with that, I'd like to offer the board members a chance to speak a little bit on the process tonight and how that all went. Whoever would like to speak.
Yeah, can I go first here?
Absolutely.
So I want to speak directly to my constituents. I support you. I heard you. You've all been heard. We had a robust discussion tonight, and I think we've reached a favorable outcome where all concerns were addressed. And we have a plan to address all of the concerns going forward. I never want you to think that what you're confiding in me falls on deaf ears. I heard you, I support you, and I'll continue to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Walcott. Ms. Mazzone?
Okay, yep, I'm going to go next. This was a very difficult decision for me to come to. My desire is to represent the community and my role as a board member. The decision isn't a perfect decision, but I will continue to be the gatekeeper for our future and work alongside the board for the betterment of HUSD.
Thank you. Mrs. Vaughn?
I would just like to say that I appreciated the respectful dialogue and the conversation and appreciated the process.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Rule?
I think, I just want to say thanks to everybody. I think that the dialogue we had tonight was, we're a lot closer on issues and had a lot more agreement on areas that we needed to address and look at going forward than I think all of us thought. So it was very good dialogue, and I think it led to what could be a very, very good decision and a good future for HUSD.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I would like to echo pretty much what everyone said, which is that, just to be very frank, honestly, everybody knows what's been happening in our community and the concerns that have been expressed. And we all hear them and we all take them seriously. And here's the thing about it, though. We had a discussion that was more open and more respectful than we've ever had before through this process. This process allowed us to do something that we have not been able to do. And because of that, I think we came to a consensus that will be really, really great for HUSD. As with any decision like this, and I've done this particular decision a few times, there's always things that you want to keep in mind as you move forward. No candidate is perfect. No person is perfect, okay? The key is, can you find someone that can lead HUSD right now in this time and place? That's what we all needed to figure out. I want to thank my fellow board members. What an incredible, and it wasn't all flowers and, you know, but it was an incredibly, honest, straightforward, emotional at times discussion. And that's what we need, because we're all here for kids, and it's emotional. It is emotional. It is. And so, truth is wonderful when you can speak truth and be honest with people, and they can be honest with you. What I find is that more often than not, we have more in common than we have differences. And we think we have huge differences, but maybe they're not so huge. So with that, I think that we have a motion that we will need to make at this point. Who would like to make that motion?
I'll go ahead and make it, but I did want to thank one other person first that I think helped out a lot tonight. She didn't even know it. And that was Kate. Thank you for bringing cookies. Those always make discussions go so much better.
What I'm here
So, I also just wanted to thank all the candidates, and then the two that we could mention that were here tonight, Dr. Dupin and Dr. Griffin. They faced a tough road, both of them. It was not easy, and I'm sure it was extremely hard on them, emotionally and probably even physically over the last few days. And we greatly appreciate their time, their professionalism, their dedication to kids. They've obviously, I mean, both of their doctorates, they've dedicated their life to kids, and there's no question about that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I think for the HUSD community right now, I would like to make a motion to offer Christine Griffin the opportunity to enter into contract negotiations for the position of superintendent, and give the board president the authority to negotiate the contract with the board's attorney to assist in the construction of the contract with the selected finalist.
I have a motion by Mr. Ruald. Do I have a second?
In this, for the sake of the path of unification moving forward, I will second.
I have a motion by Mr. Ruald and a second by Mrs. Walcott. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, board members. I'm excited. I'm excited to move forward. I'm excited to communicate with our community, and show them what we saw tonight, which was a really good candidate, to be our next leader. Yes.
I don't want to interrupt, but I also would like to make just a public announcement. Jen and I want to thank Kate for all her hard work. You know, we set up these meetings, and all of the microphones and all the tech people, we call it our point of contact. She and I spoke almost sometimes every day, more so, and she made the process for Jen and I and just wonderful. And we wish her the very best of luck in her new position. And we have a small token of our appreciation.
Oh, thank you. That's so much.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, now I do want to say, I want to thank Jen and Barry. Can I just call you by your first name?
Yes, that's okay.
Jen and Barry, for their many, many hours of hard work, professionalism, dedication, through a long, arduous process, that was often really great, but sometimes difficult. And they had patience with us. They allowed the board to do what it needed to do to get to this point of consensus, which is not always easy. It wasn't easy this time, and it wasn't easy the last time I did this. So it is really, because we care so much, it has to be the right decision. And we all think it is right now. So that's the thing. You helped us get there. Thanks for vetting the candidates so well. Thanks for bringing us so many, but then vetting it properly We appreciate that very much. It helped save us a lot. And really just guiding us through a very difficult process. It really is. And then finally, I want to thank Kate Johansson because she did so much work on this process, all the details. I also spoke to her every day. Sometimes 3 or 4 times a day, in fact, actually. So there's a lot of that goes on behind the scenes behind this. And to make it happen as right as we can. Everything is not always perfect. I know that. I know people have perceptions that, oh, that didn't go the way it should have gone and we should have done it this way. And I get it. I'm open to hearing it too. But we did the best we could and Kate made that all happen with in conjunction with Jed and Barry. So thank you so much.
Happy to do it.
Thank you for
Thank you, Kate.
being patient with me.
I'm your number one fan.
Yeah. So, that's that, I think, right? Anybody else have anything to add? I think that's it. Is that adjourned? So we have announcements. There's going to be a special meeting to approve the contract. I'm gonna leave the date open right now.
Okay.
Because we're gonna try to come up with a date that all 5 of us can be at.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. That's not as time sensitive as it, we need to do it all together, I think. So we can do that. And it may take longer than what we think. Might be a couple of phone calls back and forth. Well, there will be. So the next, regular meeting is June 13th at 5:30, and that's right here. And that'll be the last meeting for Superintendent Pottas. There you go. So
That's wild.
I'll have to do something. It is wild. Okay. So item 6A is to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second, yeah.
All right. Motion by Paul, second by
keep it
Randall.
good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.